every breath makes your turn. Are you willing to take a pay cut and or cut spending in other areas to ensure that we have the financial resources to mount a serious and successful campaign in 2020? The second part of that question is, where in the budget would you prioritize spending and where would you make cuts?
Okay, so I don't think a pay cut is necessary, right? I think we increase, and every year I have increased the amount of money that we have raised. This is a really, really tough job. It's the best job I've ever had. But this was I wasn't bestowed this salary. This salary came with the chairs before me, who were men. And the committee had said, the finance committee, after I was elected, said, well, you're gonna take a pay cut, aren't you? And I said, no, I don't think that's a good idea. They came in and had that salary. They hadn't done it before, and so it is what it is. And I'm actually very proud of the work that I do and feel as if that's a fair salary for this job. We do need to keep raising money. The balance is always delicate between base building, and that includes hiring staff to do field organizing, right, and help our county parties, and then the end of the year spending on campaigns. So that's always a delicate balance, and at this point in the Tennessee Democratic Party's history, we cannot give up the money that we spend in base building and organizing work. We have got to continue that. So the answer is raising more money. Each year I have raised more money than the year before, and I will do that again in the next 2 cycles. Also, we're not giving money in a vacuum to candidates. It is us, and it is the House caucus, and it is the Senate caucus, and we make those decisions together based on what's all in our mind, what we know about the candidates, and what we know about the districts and the data that they're running in. So we all help each other at that end. Can there always be more money raised for candidates? I'm here to say absolutely 100% yes, and I will do my best to do that.
Right now, the job of chair pays, I think it's $120,000. $125,000. So that's $15,000 more than the state Republican chairman makes. And Mary is right, it is a hard job, and the chair needs to be fairly compensated. But I offered to take a $20,000 pay cut. I might take $25,000, because I gotta tell you, first of all, I can live just fine on $100,000. And secondly, I'm not here to tell anybody else what they should do with their finances. That's not my business. But I personally am not comfortable making that much more than the chair of the supermajority party. Like, I'm gonna have to prove something before I can take that much money. I do have some concerns about the state party's budget. I saw the first quarter budget, and there's no money allotted there's $50,000 for staff. There's no money allotted for candidate support, and we've got 3 special elections in the first half of this year. And special elections are so easy to pick off. They're our best chance at picking things off. So I'm concerned about that. Mary's got a good staff, and I like them all, but I would take a hard look at that. If there are 8 or 9 people in Nashville, that's not the Tennessee Democratic Party, that's the Nashville Democratic Party. So yes, we might need to spend money on staff, but they don't all need to be in Nashville. Let's spend some of the money that's saved from cutting my salary and put some field representatives out in every congressional district.
I too am willing to take a pay cut. I think that, I acknowledge the optics that make it difficult, and I don't have any chagrin towards Mary towards her salary. I don't think that's an issue with our party. I think the financial issue is actually on the revenue side. The chair raised $1.8 million this past cycle. Chip Forrester, and during the heart of a recession, 2009, 2010, raised over 3. We have not raised enough money to win elections like we should all across this state. We're faced with an impossible set of choices. Do we give to the candidate that might win, has a 53% chance of winning, and then ignore the candidate that has a 46% chance of winning? We face false choices because we don't have enough resources. Chairwoman Mancini said that she thinks about 70% of her job is fundraising. Then I think perhaps we should be evaluated 70% on that. I have a plan to raise money in 3 pockets. Number 1, we need to go back to that pocket of Chip Forrester's money. Let's be real, a lot of them became Republicans. A lot of them became Republicans. A lot of them are cold. We need to rebuild those relationships. I think that if I won, I think having Holly McCall help me raise money would be helpful. She had those relationships, so I definitely would bring her in. Second thing I would focus on is small dollar donations. Once again, actually, Chairwoman Mancini has done a pretty good job bringing those numbers up. But we're not where we need to be. Our email list is about half of similar states across this region. We can double our email list quickly. We can get new small donors. And the third thing, which is controversial, I think there's out-of-state money for Tennessee. I'm not going to lie to donors out of state. I'm going to tell them the truth. No one's going to look at Tennessee and say, this is a blue state or this is even a purple state. But there's been resources given to other state parties for rural Democrats. I am a rural candidate. I believe in 95 county strategy, and I want the money to compete in all 95 counties.